Welcome to Glowing Success. My name is Heidi and I am your host. This podcast is for beauty entrepreneurs. Join me weekly as we dive into the beauty industry's ins and outs, from business strategies, top-selling services, and taboo topics. I will be interviewing industry leaders with empowering stories and game-changing insights. Let's illuminate your path to success together. Let's jump into this next episode. Welcome back to Glowing Success. Today's episode is last minute openings. Is this something you deal with? I am going to give you 3 smart ways to fill your books and reduce these reschedules in the future. Okay, so I'm sharing these powerful ways to handle last minute cancellations and how to reduce them in the future. If you've ever had a no-show or a late reschedule and it leaves a huge gap in your schedule, in your books, this is the episode for you. All right. So I'm going to be sharing these 3 tips, and of course there's a lot of different ways, but these 3 tips are the ways that I have found that helped me when I had last minute reschedules, or to, reduce the reschedules in the future. Okay. So I know it's frustrating. Time is money, right? So in our industry, if we don't have somebody in our chair, in our room, in our treatment room, we're losing out on money. But by the end of this episode, I hope you feel a little bit more like you have more confidence and more control over your schedule and your income, okay? So tip number 1, use weekly emails to stay on top of mind. So you probably have heard me talk about this quite a bit if you've been following me or if you've checked out any of my things online. I love sending emails. I think emails is one of those things that people don't utilize it enough, and I wish people would, because it's such a powerful way to stay in touch with your clients, okay? And I suggest you sending weekly emails, okay? So this could be, there's so many different emails, and I will definitely share with you my favorites. So, a welcome email, promotion emails, educational emails, something about you. There's all sorts of different emails, right? But the reason I want you to send these out weekly is because it keeps you top of mind. So your clients will get used to seeing that email every week come through with your name on it, or, the tip that they're looking for, or, the update that you have, or the juicy things, right? So this is also a good opportunity for you to say, hey, I have these openings this week. They fill in kind of fast, or I had a last minute reschedule today at 3 p.m. If you would like to book it, click this link, things like that. Because if those clients that are engaged with you, that are reading your emails, that are checking them out, they are also probably going to be more likely to fill in those gaps, okay? So this is vital. So for a lot of different reasons, but you can utilize emails in this way as well. The tip number 2 is using Instagram stories. So, a lot of people are on Instagram. If you're in the beauty industry, Instagram is really the place to be for catching clients' attention, getting in front of your clients and new client wise, because they're sitting on Instagram. Okay. But Instagram stories is intentionally for your followers, okay? So this is a great opportunity for you to tell, just like the email. So I'd send the email and I would do an Instagram story saying, hey, I have a last minute cancellation today. If you would like to book this in, I have this time for this type of service. DM me, click on the link, however you would like to do that. Because once again, the people who are engaging with your business, the people who are following you, your fans, so to speak, they're also probably going to be showing up in your Instagram stories, okay? But this is also a good way to, once again, stay top of mind and engage those followers, engage your current clients, or engage even some new clients, okay? So this is a really good way to capture that quick little attention. People love stories because they're quick, but this is, I see this utilized by a lot of service industry people where they're like, hey, I have a last minute opening, or these are my openings this week, and it seems to work really well, okay? Tip number 3. Your marketing plan should attract clients who value your service before they even see the price, before they even see your schedule, before they even see anything else. They should value you as a service provider. Like, they should feel like they're connected to you, they click with you, and number one, they should look at you as an expert in whatever service you offer. So I always tell people, like, if you're having a hard time with a lot of last minute reschedules, a lot of people's cards getting declined, a lot of issues when it comes to the scheduling department in general. And generally, if I get down to it with those people in my coaching sessions, it's because they're not attracting the clients that actually value their service first. So we want to change our marketing to attract that client with your value first, okay? Your content and messaging should speak directly to that value. So not just getting the results, but the experience you offer, your expertise, the transformation that you offer, those should be things that you're heavily relying on for your marketing, okay? Because when people understand and connect with your value first, they're less likely to cancel last minute. They're less likely to disrespect your time and things like that. And if they do have to cancel last minute, they're more likely to respect your policies, respect the things that you set in place, okay? So we really want to make sure to like touch base with ourselves and say, hey, what type of clients am I bringing in? Are these clients really aligned with me? Are they aligned with my business? Are they aligned with how I want to operate my business? Because generally speaking, if we're having a lot of issues with reschedules, a lot of issues with last minute cancellations, it's because those clients aren't necessarily valuing you or your time. Okay, so let's talk about how to reduce reschedules in the future, or requiring deposits or some kind of booking fees, right? So this makes the client, when they're booking their service, take a little bit more seriousness when it comes to that, because they're now putting money down with it, right? And I know a lot of people, if you're listening, you're like, oh my gosh, that's going to scare clients away. I really am trying to attract clients. I'm new. I don't have a lot of clients, and I feel like this is going to scare them away. I promise you, the right clients, it will not scare them away. This will just be something that's part of your booking. It's part of the experience. It's part of how you operate your business, okay? The other thing is, and we talked about this earlier, continue building that relationship outside of your treatment room. So sending those weekly emails, doing regular stories on Instagram. So I want you to do a story on Instagram at least daily, if not a couple times a day. And these are like get to know me type things. These are like behind the scenes. These are like building the trust, right? Because that's really what is the true barometer of like if somebody's going to treat you well on the other side. So like obviously we're treating our clients really well. We are taking care of them. We're giving them a great experience, but they also need to give that back to us as business owners, okay? So when a client feels connected to you, your brand, your service, your experience, all of the above, they're definitely more likely to respect your time. They're definitely more likely to value your work and, honor your policies. So the policies that you have in place. The other thing is, are you putting your policies out and your booking links? Are you putting your policies very visible to see? So, a lot of times on online schedulers, they have to click your cancellation or your policies before they even book an appointment. If you don't have that set up, I would highly suggest setting that up, because that is not only a legal way to protect yourself, say, hey, I have this booking, policy in place, but also they're going to be like, okay, this person is a business. I need to take this serious, like this, I'm going to respect their time. And also it'll kind of defer the people who are just loosely booking with people, just because it'll probably deflect those people and those, and that's not the type of client you want to attract, because you will continue to have those same problems over and over and over again. Those are my different ways that you can reduce reschedules in the future and also get some last minute openings and bookings in your schedule. So get those clients to book in last minute. When you do have those last minute openings, I highly suggest you guys, pick up at least one of these tips and try it this week. I obviously suggest you to send weekly emails. So if you're not sending weekly emails, maybe that's the one thing you try this week. But definitely you need to start putting things in place that'll protect you and your business and your time. If you would like, any more marketing help, anything to help you get back on track, let me know. Send me a DM if you follow me on Instagram. I would love to help you out. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, I will put the link in the show notes. And if you would like to join my Beauty Business Jumpstart program, if you're a new business owner and you just need help with everything, I will also put that link in the show notes. Thank you for listening. I hope you liked that episode and found something useful or tip that you can use immediately. And my episodes come out weekly, so I'll see you in the next episode.